Welcome to the podcast. I'm Steven from the Countertop Marketing Company, and we are continuing our series with the Rockheads, where we interview members and vendors. And today I'm very excited because we're going to talk to Lauren Butler, the Marketing and Showroom Manager at Accent Countertops. So welcome to the show, Lauren.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's going to be a great episode. So if you own or manage a shop, and you should be super excited because Lauren really knows her stuff. She's in it every day, working in it. We're going to actually do a series of episodes. So this is going to be the first one where we're going to just learn a little bit more about Accent, learn about her experience. I'm sure she'll have some great tips. So let's jump right in. So tell us a little bit about Accent Countertops. When did it start? How long in business? Employee size? Market served, all that good stuff.
Yeah. So we started like almost 40 years ago in 1985.
Okay.
We have about 100 employees right now between two locations. So we have a location here. It's in Murray, Utah, but it's right near Salt Lake City. And then we have one in Reno, Nevada as well.
Okay.
So we service the whole state of Utah, though. So we go northern Utah all the way down to St. George, which is southern Utah, about a couple hour drive. But we do it all. We do all of Utah, and then the Reno area, Lake Tahoe type of area, all around there. And then about daily, we're installing about 900 square feet average. Is what I'm being told by our installs manager. So pretty cool stuff. Yeah. So we're doing a lot of work everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. 100 employees,
exciting.
900 square feet per day. Yeah, that's nice. A good size. So you're in the Utah location?
Yeah. So I am not from the area, but I've been here for a couple of years, and I do live in Salt Lake and then work in the Salt Lake location. But I do the marketing for Reno as well.
Gotcha. So is it, because I was looking at your website, do you use the same website for both locations?
We do. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So sometimes, that can be difficult. But because we only have the two locations right now, we've left it as one website.
Yeah, it's I get the question often, and should I have a separate website for each? And it's easier to gain traction with one website because you put content into it and resources and time and energy. So doing that split between two sites is just double the work and double the time. So
definitely,
it's good to have it all in one. So who is your ideal customer? Like, if you could give us a little bit on the demographics of them.
Yeah. So we have like two kind of different sections. We have our homeowners here in Salt Lake. There are a lot of older homes here that need to be remodeled. So people that are looking to upgrade their homes and redesign those. But then we have a lot of new builds here. Utah is growing very quickly. As far as building, and there's a lot of room to grow within Utah. So we have a lot of home builders. So we reach out to a lot of those and partner with those. And then we do work with big box stores as well. So we work with Costco and Home Depot and Lowe's. Okay.
All right, cool. So you have it really getting jobs from all different directions. So it's good. It's good to, again, I was on a call today, I think, or maybe it was yesterday, with a shop, and they only work with builders and contractors, and I'm like, you gotta spread yourself out, like get some other sources of traffic and leads, because if one slows up, then maybe the other won't. So you gotta spread yourself out.
So I've definitely been focusing on the retail, like those remodel homes, since I started here.
Okay, cool. Have you seen it? So this is June 2023. Have you seen a slowdown at all in the last couple of months?
I would say so. We usually like go over our sales probably like once a month, the marketing and the sales team. So I haven't done that for the month of June yet, but last time we did look at them, we compared to 2019 because they say the last couple of years, there's not like a comparison. So comparing our sales to 2019, we're still like even or like above. So we're doing pretty good. We're not doing worse off. And so
that's I should actually take a note of that. I will. It's interesting that you compare to 2019 because COVID hit, and then from like right after the beginning of COVID to I'd say like this year, 2023 March, it's been like super, super busy for shops. Just a lot of projects. There were some ups and downs, but consistently up. And now we're starting to see a little bit of a slowdown. So that's like the old days when it was up and down, up and down. So probably more seasonal, around school holidays, things like that. So I think we're back.
It's becoming more normal.
Yeah, back into those times. So that's interesting. That's a good tip. Compare your sales from 2019. Don't compare it from this year to last year, because last year was probably super high. So what have you done? Like, have you done marketing in the past? I know you do marketing, but maybe just give us some insight on what you've done, what you're doing now, what's working.
Yeah. So I have done marketing in the past. I graduated, 6 years ago with my degree in business management with marketing at BYU, Idaho. And so I, since then, have done marketing for some small, like, kind of family businesses. And then I did do marketing for a biotech company. So obviously not in the industry. I'm brand new to the industry as of October last year, so 2022. So I don't know anything since then. I have learned a lot in the last couple months, but but I do think with marketing, if you're able to learn quickly the industry and something that's technical, then good to go. But things that are working for me so far as getting customers and whatnot. We use lead forms on our website, so we are doing things with our SEO and our Google ads always. We're always running those. We have a budget for that every month that we're using. I have put in a lot of different efforts into our social media. So I do a lot of videos and reels. So I'm spending a lot of time making content and things that are trending and things like that. But I'm also a millennial, so I am always on social media. So it's kind of part of my personal life too. So I already know kind of what's trending. I don't have to do the research behind it.
It doesn't. Have you seen like reels and stories work better than regular posts?
Yeah, and I did read an article recently that people thought that was changing, but I don't think it is. I really think that I get way more traffic from my reels and interaction from my reels than I do like posting a picture of an install, things like that. It's vastly different. So even if you make pictures into a type of video with music, people will watch that.
Do you tend to keep them? And I know we're going to do a social media, but I'm kind of intrigued, so I won't ask too much. We'll save it for that episode. But one question I do have, do you keep it around a certain, like, have you found a certain length that works? Is it 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 50 seconds? Like, what's lengthwise video?
I usually keep them like 30 seconds or less. Around 10 seconds is really the sweet spot. Because personally, one of the main like components of a reel like that is getting the most views. And you can see that like when you're just looking at reels on someone's page, you can see how many views, you can see anyone's views. And so if you can get someone to loop it as many times as possible, that's kind of how you get them in and get them to interact.
I guess the algorithm, as more people view it for longer, it's going to show longer. So all right, interesting. We'll save those tips for the next episode. So what about, like, what do you see? I mean, you've been in the industry since October. Are there some issues that you see, like anything that you can point out, something maybe a competitor or your competitors aren't doing something that you are, or just any insight to that?
I don't know if I really have like insight on the competitor. Our competitor has a very strong message that does compete with us as far as lead time. But I have heard recently that is failing for them. So maybe that's their bad. But I mean, just within the industry, I do like, people are kind of intrigued by me for whatever reason. I think because I'm younger in the industry, but I think not enough companies are investing into marketing from what I can see, or have like someone dedicated just to the marketing. It seems like they're kind of spreading themselves thin a little bit. And so, I mean, I would suggest, I mean, it's just, there's so much changing, like with the trends and social media, like it can be hard to upkeep, but if you do hire someone that maybe is younger, kind of like me, it could really benefit your company. So, because I just think that that's kind of a natural thing within my generation and the generation younger than me. They just kind of naturally know how to do these things. So
it's like you don't really even have to learn it; you just know it. So it's it's just
we just grow up with the phone in front of our face.
No, that's good insight, because I feel like a lot of clients that we talk to, or some that we work with, it is a little bit of an older school mentality. So I think, as the years go on, younger people are going to start buying more countertops, so they're going to move into the market more. So they have to stay with the times. But we have seen, though, like, what's interesting is we see, I guess it's not a problem in the industry. Well, it's a problem for some people. So what we have seen is more, I feel like the countertop industry was a little bit behind in terms of marketing, ads, SEO, all that stuff, even web design. But we're seeing now, like, and again, it's June 2023, we're seeing more countertop shops actually advertising. They're not really being unique, where even some markets that we're in, they'll basically just copy our ads and then run something similar. So they're not thinking outside the box and doing anything different, but they are marketing. So that will affect the whole industry. And it's kind of bad timing, because as the market slows down, there's more competitors. The cost to show it up in front of someone's just going to go up. So it's interesting times as well. But that's kind of what we see right now. But I think, listening to these types of this information, the Rockheads is a great group, getting insight from members there, just being more involved in the industry, kind of picking people's brains is the way to kind of get ahead of your competitors, for sure. Because honestly, most companies, they're not going to do this stuff because people are lazy. They're not going to put the resources into it. So I think anything shops can do will definitely help. So I guess my last question is, what's the greatest insight that you could share with our audience that has helped Accent? Like, maybe is it social media? Is it something you've done with your website? I see there's a chat widget on your website that you get some action from that. Like, if you could just leave us with one good tip,
So, I mean, there really is so many like key things you can use to do marketing, but I think putting yourself in the position of the customer and then imagining the customer experience. So, I mean, there's so many different ways I can receive leads, and one of them is the chat widget or social media or things like that. But like, if I'm able to like hone in those key things that I think are working and that I'm getting my leads from, then, and like put myself in how the customer interacts with our company and our customer service and me. I'm also in the showroom, so people interact with me all day and then they see me on social media. So that's kind of a benefit for myself. And I just am always putting myself in that position of the customer. Like, I took a class at BYU Idaho, like literally just on the consumer behavior and getting them through that funnel. And so if you can really just like picture yourself like, okay, I'm going to go shopping at a store that I really like. Why do I like going there? What makes the experience worthwhile? That's really what's going to set you apart at the end of the day, is being unique and creating a good experience, because people just want to like enjoy their life. So they want to enjoy their life while also redoing their kitchen. And it's pretty basic, but but another, I think, key thing is, maybe we can have an episode on this, is really trying to learn more about AI. And if you don't know anything about it, just start listening to like podcasts or read newsletters on it, because it's going to be the next thing. And if you're behind, you're not going to be ready. So I would suggest start teaching yourself a little bit about that.
We did so with the Rockheads, we'll do like Zooms for members, just like social media Zooms, web design, I don't know, all marketing tips and stuff. And myself and Lauren usually will jump on and give any, tips we could give. And we did one on AI, Chat GPT, and just, using the tool, just getting like used to the technology and using it for your brand. So yeah, definitely. You gotta, like, even with the chat widget, I think probably by the end of the year, it'll be interesting how the chat widgets get integrated with AI, because I think like we're going to train them to talk to customers that are online. And again, that's like most shops that we work with, they don't have someone to man the chat widget 24/7. So if AI could kind of step in and do that, it could, and again, you could train it to be funny or, more family friendly, whatever it is. So yeah, I think
to have its own personality. Yeah,
exactly. So, and it learns. Crazy. So it's crazy. But yeah, that's a whole episode on itself. So
definitely. But I think, if you just start to educate yourself a little bit and figure out how that's going to work in the long run, and it'll just benefit you.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. So yeah, maybe we'll do an episode on that. So awesome. Well, Thank you so much for jumping on. I know, our next episode I think we're going to do about social media. So we'll have a bunch of plans, but we'll keep them short, a lot of information. I know people are going to love this. So that's fantastic. I did have one question though. So with your social media, are you like the face of the social media, so then the people also see you in the showroom?
Yeah, and I think it really works. Someone came in the other day and was like, "You're famous on Instagram." By means, am I not? But like, okay, thanks. But so it works. Funny. Yeah. I'm just a friendly person and pretty extroverted, so it works.
Yeah, no, that's so I do the same with my marketing, and I'm actually like introverted. I could just sit behind a computer all day, and that's kind of what I do. But like putting myself out there, like we were at Tice in Vegas and people are like, "Oh yeah, I know you." And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess so." But like having like a face to the brand definitely helps for sure. So
well, it's just kind of branding yourself in the industry, and I think that works.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. Like being on the social media, then also being in the showroom, it's like,
I don't necessarily love being on Instagram, but I will. But it's not that fun, but it can be.
But it also like, it breaks down the wall. So when someone comes in, they're already like kind of warmed up a little bit. So again, we'll talk about social media.
Yeah, no, definitely.
All right, cool. So yeah, check us out on the next episode when we talk about that. If you are in the Utah area, and you need countertops, definitely go to Accent Countertops, accentcountertops.com. And thanks so much for joining. Well,
thanks for having me.
Episode, so great. Yeah. And make sure to check out the Rockheads at rockheadsusa.com. And as a member, you'll be able to collaborate with other members there and take your shop to the next level with the best in the business. It's a fantastic group. Just head over to their site and apply for a membership. And if you're looking to grow the retail side of your countertop shop outside of word of mouth and referrals, then check out my website at countertopmarketingcode.com to book a call with me, and we'll see you on the next episode. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of the Countertop Success Podcast, and make sure you head over and subscribe to us on YouTube, Apple iTunes, Spotify, and all the other major podcast platforms. Now, if you're looking to grow the retail side of your countertop business outside of word of mouth and referrals, then go over to our website at countertopmarketingcode.com and book a free strategy call with me. Also, when you're on our site, check out our free training section and you'll find a ton of helpful resources that you can use to help grow your countertop business. Again, thanks so much for listening, and I'll see you on the next show.